Hello, 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 and welcome to an Edea's Oath, where I don't think that I can do live long videos anymore, just because they are uh, I'd rather not at this point. So I'll just play a bunch off camera where the RNG isn't happening to me in real time, and then comment about it as we go along. We have a number of fights I want to go over today. First one is against Retro EX. Fought them before. They're a very good player. They also tend to use non-standard units, which is great. I can always appreciate someone that's... Well, I mean, look at their draft. I can appreciate anyone who first picks Flitica. I truly can respect anyone who first picks Flitica, because I pick her way too often for my own good. But she always tends to work out because Flitica is very, very good, and I think she should be used more. But anyway, they go for Flitica, a Watcher Shuri. No, that's not Watcher Shuri. Wanderer Silk. It has the same. It's WS. Rimuru, Carmen, and Eidolon Kairon. Yeah, that's his name. I go for, of course, Kizuna, Laika, Sage Ball, Stene, and Elena. The rare Elena play. And we'll jump in and see how things go. I'm gonna have to figure... yeah, I guess I'll cover up the wins and the losses here just because it's more fun that way. But I'll have to, you know, finagle it so that you don't know. Anyway, they're gonna go into Elena. Immunity shows its power by just immuning. And then, to be fair, on their side, IS3 and their immunity does everything, but it gets rid of the barrier because it's supposed to, so that's not really anything new. The S2, however, does push up Elena and give me 20 souls, which is great. Not because I'm going to be using them on Elena, because there's no point, but because it gives Stene one more thing to do, or one more S1, which is great. Rimmer is going to hit into the Elena. It's not quite going to kill. And then I believe they go into Sage Ball to try and kill him. Again, not quite because of the lack of buffs on their side. Stene, I'm going to Soul Burn to try and get rid of as much of their team as possible, because they don't really have a good way of getting to Stene at this point. And if I can get rid of Rimuru and Watcher Shuri, Wanderer Silk, then they have even less of a chance. And they don't have any cleanse, so Rimuru will be stunned for his next turn, which is perfectly fine by me. Kizuna, I know Flitica can S2, but I'd rather the barrier eat the damage and then get stripped than... you know, the damage be direct onto me and possibly kill me. So it strips the attack buff, but they still can't attack Stene, which is fine. Elena, because mine is pretty bulky, survives, and I'm just going to S3 into the Flitica. If it doesn't kill, that's fine. And then Elena would get the kill. So that was a fun match against Retro. Let's jump into another one. 2 ML Elenas in one video? What is this world? She's still good. I should use her more, but I don't. We're facing someone with the incredibly spicy matching of the Kizuna Eye with the first pick mascot Hazel, which I respect so much. And then I follow up with, of course, Flitica, because I'm a monster. Elena, LCB, and LHC. I was hoping they would either ban Elena or LHC. I figured they would only be doing one of them. They would get rid of one of those. I had a feeling that LCB was safe because they last picked LQC. These L's have got to stop. Not my L's. The L name, whatever, who cares? They go for Mascot Hazel, Kairon, Christy, Bellion, and LQC. I ban out LQC, they ban out LHC, And I'm left with LCB, and we're going to fight him. We're going to put him to the test. So, immediately, I'm going to try stripping, see what I can strip. Nothing off of anyone, that is to be expected. I don't gain any souls because Bellion exists, but that's perfectly fine. They can't counter anyway, so I'm not worried about that. The Bellion is on Aureus anyway. My Flitica has a lot of effectiveness, though, so I'm going to try to reset the Hazel just in case. Don't get it. It's an Idol's Cheer Kayron, or an Idol's Cheer Hazel, which is fine because Kayron can't S3 his first turn that way. I'm just going to S1 to get immunity up because Bellion would provoke my entire life. Either way. Get an attack buff with Kizuna. And they're going to get an attack buff with Hazel. And she gives herself greater attack buff, which is hilarious. At this point, I'm just going to go into Bellion because she is essentially step 1 of protection. And if I can get rid of Bellion, then I can get rid of Hazel, and then I can get rid of Christy, and then ML Kayron can die. Because I have a feeling this Kayron, while very powerful, cannot kill LCB, but we will see. I've been wrong many times before. They're going to S3. I get a counter, cleanse off the provoke from Flitica. Get a counter. He can use his S3 if he wants, but he's not going to. They get a dual attack with Mascot Hazel. Good thing I had immunity. And now I am going to attempt to kill the Hazel. Because if I can kill the Hazel, there's no more healing, and also I'll have Vigor buff. And feel much better about myself. I get a lucky dual attack as well. And then I'm going to heal up my LCB as much as humanly possible. I believe they provoke Kizuna. They do. LCB counters. Kayron can do as he pleases. He's going to use his S3 here. As long as LCB lives, I feel we're in a good position. And she does. Everybody lives except for Flitica, who explodes. And now it's just a matter of LCB gaining back some HP. So we're going to take out Christy because she is the last line of defense before Kayron. And I do get a little bit of healing, which is nice. Kayron, whoops, Kayron can't really do too much in this regard. And I do actually get the second proc of Elena, which is hilarious. They're going to Soul Burn, try to kill LCB. It is not going to be enough. Elena's going to kill Christy, and LCB, Sigurd Scythe, full stacks, S3 into Kayron with no protection, is going to eat him. And I believe heal me to almost full. Very, very good match. But we shall have more. Hello, hello, hello. Wait, no, why am I doing the intro again? This is still in the same video. Anyway, I'm facing this person from the Asia server. They go for Lilias, Spez, Sharoon, and Shu. I go for Kizuna, Laya, LHC, Arwell, and DDR. I was completely under the assumption that they would ban, DDR. I was wrong. If they hadn't banned DDR, which they didn't, I should have just gotten rid of Sharoon, and then I would have been very fine. But I assumed incorrectly, much like my last fight where they last picked LQC and left LCB in again. I should have assumed that by them last picking Sharoon, that they were going to leave DDR in. So this was a 50-50 chance that I failed. But there is still the possibility of winning. Because Laya is busted. Except for the fact that this Sharoon is like 250-ish speed, because my DDR is up there. And then this is going to, of course, defense break everybody. Defense everybody that's, you know, relevant. And again, getting destroyed by the... getting destroyed by the... I forgot what. I got destroyed by a lot of things. And then I quit. Because I'm not going to let them spez. Oh. Yeah, more. This one felt particularly nice because they went Laya, Lua, Knockwall. So anytime you can beat someone who tries to do this nonsense, oh yeah, I'm letting you know I beat this person. I beat them into the ground and I feel no remorse. Look at what they drafted the first 3. Like, do you have any sympathy for this person whatsoever? Like, look at what they drafted. But I tried to counter it as best as I could with, you know, DDR, Stene, A Tywin, and Celine. They ban out A Tywin, I ban out Pirate Captain Flan because ain't no shot in hell. What's very funny though is that they try to sleep Celine. I don't know why, but now all they have to do is just not hit the S3 button. But then my DDR could soul burn and sleep the Watcher Shuri. So they decide to S3 anyway. And I'm going to kill the Watcher Shuri. And now they have no damage and no way to reach Stene, really? Knockwall is going to do as Knockwall does. Which is S3, S2. Even though I think that the best course of action for her usually is S2, S3, S2. But she's gonna S3, and then S2. Bind the Celine, but a little bit too late. I forget who they try to restrict. Do they restrict? They restrict Celine. And get the crit. It does way too much damage. I don't know why they cleanse here, but they do. I guess just to push everybody up. Or to reset cooldowns. But Stene has 2 free S1s with dual hits. So if I could hit Lua again, that'd be great. Perfect. And then Kizunai is going to give everybody attack buff and a barrier. Heal up the Celine. And they can do as they please, but their Laya is in trouble. Because Stene now has attack buff, and Laya isn't going to be able to cycle 5 times before Stene goes. Even with speed buff. And there they go. No remorse. That's what they deserve. I recognize this name. It's Rio Senpai. Or R10 Senpai, depending on how they want their name to be said. Anyway, they go for Laya, AOL, Christy, Knackle, and Bellion. I go for Kizuna the Flitica, Strays, Stene, and ML Kawazu. For the first time in his life, ML Kawazu was banned. And I ban out Laya because I don't know how fast she is, and I don't want everybody getting pushed up. So yeah, we're just going to... Oh, everybody has immunity. Great. Perfect. Thank you. That's what I wanted. I'm going to go into AOL anyway. Strays, as long as you could crit Bellion, that'd be great. Perfect. Thank you. The skill null doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna break the Knackle's S1. Don't need to counter at the moment. Cleanse off your skill null. If I wasn't silenced, I would absolutely S2, but I'm just gonna blind the AOL. Since I can't blind the Knackle yet. Knackle's gonna get attack buff. They're gonna go. Please don't salvo. Okay. What a great and fun and good design. Stene, I'm gonna S3 into Knackle. If you could crit, that'd be great. Knackle, if you could not counter, that would be great. Okay, there's one. Oh. Don't salvo? Okay, let's S2. Come on, Kizuna, resist. Perfect. Kill her. And now it becomes a fight. A true fight if ever I've seen one. I tried to go for AOL originally, but that very quickly becomes not the best course of action. Flitica also has enough effectiveness to debuff the Christina, which is great. The main question will be, can they keep up with Kizuna's healing? Because they have essentially no healing on their side. I am pushing up the AOL a lot, but I'd rather get rid of the damage before the AOL. And also, you know, the defense. Like, they keep doing damage to Flitica, but they keep not doing damage to Flitica. We're just gonna keep doing this. They hit, but that's fine. Christy also does no damage. Whoops. That's gonna happen a lot. Let's go ahead and put skill null up on everybody. I don't know where AOL is in her cooldowns. Probably has... Yep, she has it again. They're gonna S3. Perfectly fine. Flitica, just keep going into... Keep going into you. Cleanse. They can soul burn this, and they are. I think it heals a little bit, but not a lot. 2,000. That's not too much. Flitica, since she always crits, will be doing a good amount of damage. 1,000. Resist, sure. I think I looked at AOL's cooldowns and decided that giving an attack buff and a barrier was the best course of action to Flitica. Because even though she's not usually used for it, she does scale off of attack. And she is technically a damage dealer, technically. I'm also lapping them quite heavily. So we're gonna go ahead, keep... No need to S2 and give them a skill null. Just gonna S1, AOL is gonna do the same thing again. 15 more rounds. Oh boy. But they are slowly being whittled down, and my team is still as healthy as it was a while ago. They're gonna push back Flitica. I'm gonna go ahead and defense break the Christie, which is pretty nice. So now I'll do slightly more damage. I was waiting for the defense breaks, but it never came around. This should do good amounts of damage. 2.5k. They miss. AOL's gonna go into Flitica. Push back. But even if Flitica dies, Nice dual attack. Even if Flitica dies, I think Kizuna can solo an AOL. But I have my S3, so I'm gonna get skill null up. And let's put up an attack buff just for extra insurance and a barrier. The barrier is like nothing. And that's the fight. It was the fight of the tiny ladies. And all the big scary damage dealers are gone. But that'll do it. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.